I was gonna say it's solid 15 to 16.
It's all good. It'll be some some extra content. All right, today. Oh, sorry. Let's reel it back in. Welcome back to 10-second reviews.
Hi, how are you?
Exec, Sweatsuit Reek. Today we're doing Family Ties, Fat Joe and Dre. Not Dr. Dre, but Dre from Cool and Dre. You know, are they Miami natives? I'm going to say they're Miami natives because that's the only thing I associate with them. Yeah, if you don't know, they did a good amount of production on the Carters' Everything Is Love. And if you have Tidal, I suggest you go listen to Salud, which Dre also produced and is amazing. Is a bonus track. I believe a Tidal-only bonus track. Well, maybe not anymore since Ho finally put all his content onto the other platforms. But for a while, I felt special because y'all ain't have Salud, but I had Salud, you know. Because it's like
and the
that.
other 12 people that have Tidal.
Listen, people who have Tidal respect music. You know why?
People that have Tidal.
First of all,
Black Panthers.
You said what?
People that have Tidal were raised by Black Panthers.
You're hilarious. Close, close, not quite. But I'm gonna stop giving extra plugs because they ain't putting money in my pocket. I'm putting money in theirs, in Hove's. All right. So Family Ties, Fat Joe, Dre.
Oh, but so I think just one more side part. Ho is like the only billionaire people are okay putting more money in his pocket.
I think that's actually not true. I think that he got a lot of flack when he had Tidal, and they're like, "Yo, why are you making us pay for music? Why is it so much?" But it's like, first of all, it pays the artist more than anybody else. It also has if you care about high quality of the streaming, it has the hi-fi is the highest quality, right?
See,
and they got mad. Remember the thing he did at the concert? He's talking about Steve Jobs and all them. Like, it's true.
See, my thing, the people that had a problem with whole starting Tidal were...
Well, he didn't start it, he bought it, but yeah, go ahead.
Buying Tidal, taking ownership of a streaming service. Like, he owned the streaming service.
Yeah.
People were looking at it completely wrong. That was my issue with it. It's like, yeah, you have to pay it first, which kind of sucks, but this is a black man that owns a streaming service.
Yeah, that's how I felt about LeBron, too. Like, everybody's mad. Oh, he's like, sliding teams. Like, bro, this is a black man taking his destiny into his own hands. Basically taking control of a whole league that's made money out of controlling the very lives of the players that play. But, like, he stepped outside of that and has everybody clamoring for him. Like, how can you be mad at someone who's defining their own destiny?
LeBron James is like the only player, to my knowledge, in his prime to be the best player in the sport and while active, open a school. Not fund a school that already exists.
Right, open his own, right?
He opened his own school,
right,
and it's thriving.
But so that's a perfect segue actually, because that goes back to what we were talking about earlier in terms of, you know, clearly defining the targets and then trusting people to execute, right? Because if we agree on what we're trying to do, then as long as it's like ethical and moral and legal, then how you get there is really irrelevant, right? Because it's about deliverables. And if you can deliver and I trust you, cool. We agree this is what we're doing, bet. Make it happen. Let me know what you need. You know what I'm saying? Obviously he's a part of it, but like you find people that you trust and you let them know what direction you want, or you find someone to help you define the direction for a school. Because like I don't know if he really it is or what he studied with regards to education, but clearly he has a solid team around him because those kids are knocking it out the park. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so it's the same thing. Did you know that he also is like a minority owner of the Red Sox in Liverpool?
I knew about Liverpool. I didn't know about Red Sox.
Yeah, that same group owns both teams.
I know. Like Steph Curry owns part of the Panthers. Like,
does he?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
It's going
hometown.
Like, in the next 10 years, it's going to be a lot of shifts in power.
I'm trying to be a part of that.
I am too.
You should see my the affirmations I got written down. We talk about that
in the next 10 years. I'm gonna have Steph Curry piece, and Steph gonna have like the full jump. You feel me? For like owning the Panthers, give an example. In 10 years, I'll have like the piece that Jay-Z got when he first bought Brooklyn, like that 17%, and then Jay-Z will have the other 83.
Quite possibly.
Like, well, maybe not the whole 83, probably like 68.
You think LeBron will be able to pull off the player coach again? You think they probably put a rule against that? There might be. I wonder if it's banned yet. But like, I feel like if anybody can pull it off, I think it'll be him.
I don't think it's banned. It's either gonna be him or Rondo.
He gonna be a. But I feel like Rondo, as a player coach, probably wouldn't put himself in the game.
No, he would put himself in the game.
You think so?
He wouldn't put himself in the game as he would come off the bench like OC and he would be like facilitating. Yeah. But look,
I mean, yeah, that's real. But imagine if he was like the player coach once, because they're gonna draft Bronny. Like, and that's probably in his contract, or like not in his main contract, but like, say, bro, like y'all got me for these 4 years. I never signed anything longer than 1 year. So like in year 4, when Man comes out of was he Palo Verdes, whatever he is, whatever that school is,
Sierra Canyon.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Sierra Canyon. We want to go ahead and pick him up. And we put him in the G League. Let him get a 10-day one time. We have to be on the court at the same time.
He either gonna be like, either you just gonna go play in the G League or
Palo Verde.
Yeah, I don't know what that.
I don't know what else. I gotta make stuff up. Too much.
Yeah, either he gonna make them change the one and done rule, or
it might be cooked on anyway.
It probably is
because all those players keep leaving.
It for sure is about to be done because literally everyone.
I can't wait till
only comes to
till Melo comes and plays.
That's gonna be fun, especially him in New York. He said he's going to New York.
You think so?
Oh yeah, because the NBA draft is so rigged. It is so rigged. They're gonna send him to the worst franchise for all the nonsense that his father did. Well,
you know what's funny about that though? That like players have not wanted to go to New York because the fans are. I don't know if fickle is an appropriate word, but like they're extremely knowledgeable. So if you're nice with it, they give you all the applause. When you start sucking, they'll boo you when your name gets called.
Straight up.
But that's why LaMelo, I feel like would probably be the best fit of like any upcoming superstar because he's had to go through all that stuff with his dad starting from high school or even watching Zoe. Because remember he was playing AAU with his big brother when he was like 8th grade.
Varsity basketball at Chino Hills at like 13 with his big brothers.
Right. So like he's already
It's so funny. He reminds me of this dude that like I know a family like very similar to it, but they're not brothers, they're cousins because their dads are twins. So to be honest, I don't know exactly who his brothers were who his cousins were who, but like because they're just close like that. Like they're always together. Yeah. The dad's always hanging out. Like they just close like that. So I don't even be and this is even funnier. To be honest, I've never seen the second mother. I've only seen one mother. So I don't know 100% what's going on. It is, but I'm gonna leave it alone because they ain't my family. But there's the oldest son, and then there's the middle son, who everybody thought was gonna be the GOAT because he was like the biggest and the most athletic looking, and there was the baby. And the baby did everything with the oldest brothers. The oldest brothers was wild. I'm talking like wild as in like they'd be at every party. They'd be doing it like with every girl, like just around. And like I said, they did everything together. It didn't matter what they did. It was together. So the baby, no matter how old or young, he was at all the high school parties. He was at all the fun. Like he was at Shawty's house 3. Like he was just there with it. And he played football. He got a scholarship to go to Syracuse, right? I think he's going straight to the league because he's weathered. The only thing he has to worry about at school now is football. That's all he has to worry about is parents. Like he don't got to worry about being like a college dude and be like he did all that in high school by accident. Like he did all that in middle school and then got to high school and then did it again and this time he was the leader and then it was like, you know what, like
this is legit.
He might be the GOAT. And it's just funny because it's like I've seen him since middle school and everybody that used to be the running joke like, dang, like pray for Smurf, man. Like he's going through it. He's just running around with his 2 brothers. Like he probably don't even want to do this no more. And now he's just like unfazed. Like walking a function could say 2 words to any girl to give him his number because he's just seen it so many times.
Yeah, it's like when you read those stories of all the folks who made it big, like in antiquity, like way back. It's like, okay, Louis Vuitton. Do you know like his origin story?
No.
So either when he was like 12 or 14, because he lived in like the backwoods of France, either 12 or 14, he just bounced and like went to the big city to start working. at 12 or 14. He's like walking and hitchhiking at 12 or 14 to go to the city. He started working and eventually started making trunks and stuff. But it's like when you do that at 12 or 14, by the time you hit any kind of legit manhood, like you're so tough and hardened that it's just like there's nothing y'all can say to me that's gonna be worse than anything I endured. So like, get the fuck on. Like give me what I came for, or get out the way.
It's like Quincy Jones. Like he grew up in like Chicago. Like he was bad. Like he was like basically saying he was like, it was me taking care of my little brother at 6. And that's it was crazy. Like it was just me, my little brother. He was like, he got like stabbed in the head at some point or with something.
Scars.
Like, yeah. So it makes sense when you look back. It's like somebody like Quincy Jones, especially in the industry. He was,
and then he got old, started wilding. Yeah,
got old. He wasn't even wilding. He just been like he's been the same dude since like 32.
He was around the wilding for sure.
You feel me?
Yeah.
All that love and let love. He probably was on that like before anybody. It's Quincy, man. Like, but anyways, we gotta talk about some music.
Yeah, we do.
So here we go. We already started. We already gave the rundown. Fat Joe, Dre, Tyres, Kool and the Gang.
11 tracks.
11 tracks, 41 minutes, 36 seconds. Some interesting. Not interesting. Some expected and interesting features on this list. So let's go ahead and get onto it.
Well on.
Oh yeah, we got the pieces.
Give him 10 seconds to give him a chip. Green chip. We like that. Blue chip. We like it enough not to skip it.
Oh, white is exactly what it looks like.
Milk toast.
Just let it do what it does and then move on with life.
Nah, white, skip that joint.
Yeah. Oh yeah. White is skip it. White is a skip.
It's just like you would never pick up the album to put on that song.
White is like it's music, but not good music.
It's just it's not anything worth paying attention to.
I understand that you've made music before, but this was not it. This is, I know you've listened to music before, but don't make it. Just don't make it.
Take it off the album.
Take it off the album.
Now this one here, we haven't given anyone this yet. And to be honest, if it wasn't for Reek's love of Earl Sweatshirt, he probably would have got one of these. I don't remember what album that was.
Feet of Clay.
Feet of Clay. It was a struggle fest. Like I'm not an Earl person, so like I wanted to, but again, there's two of us here for that reason. So he avoided the like just retire. And for all you Earl fans, don't come for me. I understand y'all love him. I got people I love unequivocally too, but there's just sometimes you gotta just pause and reevaluate. All right, so track 1, Projects.
Anything you want to let niggas know out there on some real street shit, man, you ain't gotta hold your tongue. Know what I mean? What's the deal?
That is 10.
Okay, so I like how it started out.
I like that the intro words were short. They came early and it was short. It was just like, all right, he's saying things. Oh, we ready to go.
And those pianos came in. When the pianos come in on, it sounds like it's about to be like a mad New York beat, like the boom.
But remember, this is Dre though.
True.
It's Miami, not Dr. Dre, not West Coast.
No,
Dre.
I feel you. Is the fact that it's Fat Joe, because Fat Joe is a demanding person. I don't want to say demanding. He's a commanding person.
Okay.
Like Fat Joe is one of those people. Like he might not like make you do it, but the way he talks about it will make you want to do it. If that makes sense. Like he's one of those people that can get you to do what he wants you to do without even asking you to do it.
That's called leadership.
Exactly.
All right. So what we want to do with it? We're gonna. I'm peaked. I've also heard this before.
Okay. I'll go another 10.
I'm a nigga from the.
Okay, I like that. I'm going green because
respect
came in. Yeah, I like that.
All right. I feel like, Dre production is Dre production. It's kind of like Dr. Dre. Like you
know what you're getting.
You know when you hear it or know when you feel it. He does a real good job with the 808s, but also I feel like his beats tend to be musical when you think about trap records. Like they're definitely the more musical side. 'Cause a lot of trap joints, it's like 4 piano notes and then just a hard 808, and it'll still go, but it's not like music. Whereas I feel like Dre is able to capture that trap feel, but then also make music. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like it still would be dope.
It's still in key. It's still in pitch.
Yeah, and it would still be dope even without the 808s for real. But the 808s is like when when you want that vibe, you
just
got
hit
that
you
vibe.
in the chest. The 808 just hit you in the chest a little bit extra.
The soul rattler.
But yeah, I'm going green with that one.
All right.
Track 2, Been Through, Joe and Dre.
Back when it was diesel on the block, I would flash a heat, alley hoop the Glock. Told him if a nigga try, disrespect the set, leave a hole in him big enough to fill Shaquille socks.
Sounds a little IDK-ish to me.
Interesting. I can
Like
see
just
that.
his voice and like not what he's talking about, just like how he's rapping. Just sounds a little. It sounds It sounds like that song. It sounds like one of the songs off that album. Is He Real? Like a very specific one. I can't think of the name of it, but it sounds like one of the songs. Well, at least the intro, how he came in with that pocket. This is the second time in a row still using that same type of piano. So I'm
Okay.
not that that's a bad thing. It's just I heard it. It could be a bad thing depending on how the rest of the album list goes. But
Yeah.
yeah.
But now that I'm thinking about it though, or like listening to it with a more critical ear, this sounds like what very well, especially like the vocals make it sound like this, a reference record for somebody else.
Yeah.
And then they were like, I'm not really feeling it. But like it was, sometimes it just is dope, but it's not for me. And then Joe was like, all right.
I'll take it.
Yeah. How you feel?
I'll give it a 5. And based off that 5 seconds. Because I think it's about to drop. Like I think the beat is about to drop.
5? What's a 5? Oh.
Like 5 more seconds.
Oh.
Because it's only at 10. It's because I feel like the beat is about to drop.
Maybe.
I'm gonna be honest. That sounds exactly like, not exactly like, but it's like you said, when you Dre beat, you know what you're gonna get. Like, you get a feeling it's gonna hit with like that beat is very, very similar to the very first song to me.
Okay.
And that's worrying to me. When I hear it, like in the album, like I hear one, it's like, all right, okay. And then the second one sounds very similar to the first one. It'd be like, okay. Like, but that's just me. That's how it sounds to me. It sounds very similar to the very first beat. Around the same time length, too. Like,
What I've been through a lot. Ask me what I've been through a drought. Ask me what I've been through, hell.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
you feel me? It's just like,
All
all right. Yeah, it's just like, all right. Then that's when it's on, at that point, then it's like, all right, now I'm going to really listen to the words.
Yeah, what the bar's talking about.
Yeah, let me, like, not that I'm not listening the first time, but like, when the beat switches up, then it's like, all right, there's a whole new vibe. And it's like, you start off catching vibe, then you listen to the vibe. Like, when it just sounds the same, and then I'm only listening for one thing. So, to be honest, it's blue for me. Because, yeah, like I said,
Respect.
it sounds very similar to the first track, and that can be dangerous.
All right. Track 3, Heaven and Hell.
Okay, I'm liking the sample. I'm curious as to like how they break it down. Like, is it gonna be on like some classic, like some boom bap, or are they gonna freak it and like bring it in with the trap vibes because they already got too deep in? So it's like,
Right.
oh,
Have you heard the record that Rocky did with the sample? ASAP?
Babushka Boy or something.
Was it Babushka Boy? I don't think it was Babushka Boy. It was It was like a one-off. I can't remember the name of it, but it was like I liked it. I thought the sample on that was dope.
I haven't heard that. I'll have to check it out. But
all right, so where we at with it? You trying to hear the drop?
I kind of want to hear the drop or see, like, I just want to see what is like which direction they go with this, because I feel like with a sample like this, there's a couple of directions you can go.
Yeah,
like you can get mad creative and just be like, I'm like,
yeah, that's what
like chop it up and then like make a whole thing. You could just keep it like the loop and then just throw on some classic drums, and just keep the loop and throw on some trap drums. Like you throw a filter on, like I don't know. So I'm curious.
Fire it up.
Dynamic, family ties. Open up shop, work round the clock. First class services, lines down the.
I had a feeling that was gonna happen, and you know, I don't know why, but I just had a feeling that one of those, like that felt like a modern Kanye beat. Because if you think about, I can't think of the name of this. Was it off Daytona?
I gotta listen to Daytona. I haven't listened to it in a while.
It was one off Daytona, and then there was one off another joint. One of another Ye albums that came out in like the last 2 years, where like, and I hate comparing beats, but like it just sounds exactly like that. Like the way that it comes in, starts out with the sample, like you start to feel it.
I think you might be thinking of Comeback Baby. It might be.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like it's just like it's the same. I like it. It sounds exactly. It sounds like something Fat Joe will be rapping on right now. The title makes sense. Joe rapping on it makes sense just off the beat. Heaven and Hell, like just off the beat alone.
Okay.
I give it green. I mean, it sounds good. How you feel? Like
you seem unsure. So I guess when I first listened to it, I thought everything was amazing. No, I mean it's not like not amazing anymore.
Yeah. It's just
I was just listening to it again with a more critical ear. It's just
you start to
that's not the best flip I've heard of that sample. And then now, since you pointed out that the first two beats are basically the same, and then this one came in very similarly, I'm just like, oh. But I think it's fire.
No, it sounds good. Like I'm not trying to take away from the fact that it sounds good. It's just like, you can see Fat Joe's age.
Okay.
You can tell that he's trying to like,
hey, I want you to flip this, but like make it contemporary,
make it young. You feel me? I'm trying to play this shit in the club.
Right.
Like that's
right.
You can tell that like Fat Joe is still trying to be out there like with the peoples. He hasn't elevated to the Jay-Z rap.
He's trying to get another Wraith.
You feel me? He hasn't elevated to like the Jay-Z rap of like, yo, let me spit that. Not that he's not spitting game like OG, because he does that.
Right.
But I mean like where it's like only reason I'm talking to y'all right now is to spit this game.
Right.
No, you can tell Joe still be popping bottles.
Probably should. When was the last time you listened to 444?
I listened to it like last week. I listened to that. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I listened to that like kind of regularly. I try to keep that because that album is very slept on. One, production wise, I know people feel some type of way about the way it was mixed. Like I don't care. Listen to the beats.
The way it was mixed.
Yeah, because Jay-Z mixes a certain way so you can hear him over his.
Oh, I mean that's Guru because he don't use no ad libs.
Exactly. And people.
Ye does that too. I didn't realize that for a while, but Ye almost for a long period of time he did not use any ad libs. So his voice had to sit on top of the beat, and I mean clearly it worked.
It did work. I didn't even notice that he didn't use ad libs like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that album
or overdubs. I guess
when I listen to that album, like one, the beats is hard, and he's chopping up some classic samples. So
is that No ID?
And
that gave him
hard. Like like Story of LJ does not get old to me.
Yo.
Legacy. What's the joint with my man Junior
Gong take
Marley?
Care of his family, can't be rich. Watch Godfather. I missed that whole shit. Yo, that
Daddy,
like was like
what's the will? Like that. Like that's just motivating music to me. When Jay-Z has become one of my favorite rappers over the last few years, just because I feel like I've gotten more mature and I'm starting to look at things differently.
That game starting to resonate.
The game is starting to kick in
the blinds.
Yeah, it's a little bit. It's starting not even peeking through the blinds. It's opening them. It's like ain't no peaks, but yeah, that 444 is you gotta keep it on the road.
Throw that in there.
No,
at some point.
But
so what you gonna
Heaven and Hell?
Yes, that's the full 20.
It's blue or green to me. It sounds good. It's not mad repetitive. It's not as repetitive as the first two, but it's predictable.
So I would say blue just because it's dope, but I wouldn't pick up this album to listen to that record.
Yeah, you feel me? Like it's one of the joints that comes on and it's like, oh, okay, this joint got some good hits on there. But I can't give it a green if I can predict what's coming. If that makes sense.
Interesting. Okay.
Or I don't want to say if I can predict what's coming because I feel like I listen to enough music.
No, I understand what you're saying. It's just like you
call it out, but
you still want to be surprised because even if you can tell what's coming, there's a way to do it where it's like, oh, okay.
You feel me? Like when I can pinpoint exactly when I've heard this before.
Yeah.
That's when it's like, all right, that's blue.
That's what I was saying about when I texted you the other night, the Rivington from the Free Nationals.
That's why I didn't respond because I knew exactly what it was from, and I was mad because you said you was gonna text me randomly this weekend when you remembered what song it was, and then it was like Rivington, and I was like,
yeah,
he was right.
That Regulators, and I could not. Yeah. But it's dope though, and that's what I was saying. That's like what Ryan Leslie does, and we could probably do an old Ryan Leslie record because I haven't heard one in a minute. But he'll take like the not the I guess it's like hook parts of songs, and when I say hook, I don't mean like it's in the chorus. I mean hook is in the parts that people recognize and resonate with, or like the part that gets everybody going, and then he builds other beats around it. And so like you still have that one part that grabs you, whether for nostalgia or just dopeness, but then makes a different beat. And it's like it's a dope approach, and most people don't actually have an ear for music that would make it stand out in a way that was not compelling or off-putting.
No, I feel that.
So it works. I mean, it's definitely a good formula, and he's off that direct-to-consumer too, where he's not even like famous anymore, but he can make $1 million in the summer just by having his own tour because he texts all his fans.
Yeah, Ryan Leslie is dope.
Yeah,
like he's a different type of businessman.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on now. I'm trying to learn the art of business.
Man.
Track 4.
Track 4. We got Hands on You, Fat Joe, Dre, Jeremiah, and Bryson Tiller. So obviously this is the record for the ladies, because you got the two. You got Jeremiah and Bryson Tiller. So you obviously was trying to like set a mood, and it's called Hands on You.
Right.
So
they about to sing about fighting.
Yeah. Dawn talk.
Yeah. This, I don't know where this is going, because
I actually forgot they had that sample in there.
Like, it sounds like it's either about to be like he about to bring the sample up and then bring it right back down, put a filter back on it, and then like just kind of like mellow it out, put like a little like a like just like some basic but not extravagant but not too basic little drum loop on it, let them niggas just sing. I think I'm trying to predict it too much.
I got free liquor, gold bottles we toast cause we richer. Bella Hadid, Habib.
Alright, I wasn't off, but I was trying to be too specific, because that is exactly the snare and hat that I heard in my head.
I mean,
but I like it though, because I don't know if I like it, but it caught me off guard. I don't know how I feel about Fat Joe trying to like. Well, I would have to hear this whole record to be honest.
Why? Well, that's not what we're doing here.
I know it's not what we're doing
20 here. In. I'm saying honestly, on the sample, like the way they flipped the sample alone, I give it a green. I forgot about.
I like how they flipped the sample. See, maybe I'm listening to it in the wrong way, because I know who Fat Joe is.
Yeah. And
I know what he is, but I'm listening to this album like it's not a Fat Joe album, I guess. Well, I'm trying to or maybe because.
Are you sure you're not listening to it like it is a Fat Joe album? Because I feel like, I mean, I would not want to feel predisposed to whatever, you know what I'm saying? Try to just come into it with an open mind.
No, yeah. I think because of the first 3 songs, I'm just trying to nitpick now. And that's
so
probably
being a hater.
I'm not trying to hate.
The hate.
I'm not trying to hate.
Right,
it's just the fact that I had 3 good guesses in a row, so it's like, well, shit.
Yeah, and then
you try to critique on the 4th.
Caught you out there on this one.
This one is not bad. I like it. I really like the sample.
I feel like sometimes though, you know, people try to do too much with what they add to the sample, and I feel like in this case, yes, the drums were simple, but like
it needed to
the sample was doing enough, and the other things were doing enough that all you really needed was the little accents.
Yeah, no, I wasn't saying that the drums being simple was a bad thing. I was just saying like
they were just salty because you kind of halfway almost guessed.
Yeah, like it was because I'm looking at the track list.
Yeah,
I heard how it started off. It felt a little bit Drake-ish the way it started off. What he was doing with the sample.
It was a Drake record because it has that old oh man, he whatever, he has some joints that sounded the same with those like the Houston style.
Yeah, it sounded like 2012 beats. Drake. It sounded like a 2012 Drake beat that like it sounded like one of the.
But in 2019.
Except in 2019, well technically 2020. Well, no, 2019.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it just sounded like a 2012 Drake beat that didn't make Take Care. But not like it was bad.
Yeah,
because it was a good beat.
You're right.
It is a good beat. Don't get me wrong. It is a good beat. It just sounds like artist specific. That's what I'm.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's what
also,
I'm
that made me think of something. We got to do more classic albums too. Cause like.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was gonna say we should do Brothers Johnson album today.
Oh. Yeah, you took it to like a whole other level. I just meant even doing like Take Care or doing like Illmatic or something like that.
Yeah.
Or doing like taking it back to like an LL joint from the 80s or something.
Yeah, we can definitely do that. Do some old Buster.
All right. True. Yeah, that. I mean, well, if we do Extinction Level Event, I'm just gonna be biased because I was like that was a joint I came up on.
Extinction Level Event is a great album.
Yeah.
I just can't get Everybody Rise out of my head.
New York, DC, everybody rise!
You know what that makes me think of? You know that the Elmo meme where he's in the fire? We should make that a meme. We should put that on whenever we do that episode.
Man.
Oh, God. All right.
Track 5. Day One's Fat Joe, Dre, Big Bang, DTE. I wonder if that's Big Bang from Duct Tape Entertainment.
Maybe.
Some Atlanta boys.
This is
That's so groovy.
So I'm not hating because that joke, like I ain't denying that.
That was smooth. That was super smooth.
Like that guitar with that vocal sample in the background. I don't even need the next 10 because that
joke was super smooth. I forgot about this record.
That was smooth.
Go ahead and add this to I haven't done this yet. One thing I hate is that when we do this, and then like I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna listen to that record and this record, and I get in the car and I'm just like,
fuck, what was the name?
Which one was it?
And then you gotta go through the first 3. You gotta go through the first 10 of each joint again.
Yeah. Sometimes I just give up and listen. I just turn on Nipsey and just keep moving. But I'm about to start doing this now though.
Here we go. Track 6. Yes! Fat Joe. Damn, I lost my place. Here we go. Fat Joe.
Cardi B, Anuel AA.
Anuel AA. Alcoholics Anonymous. I like it.
Oh, that's funny.
Still telling. Look at these niggas every time. Niggas still telling. This is.
Alright, so this was the New York Dominican Caribbean record. This is obviously the New York Dominican Caribbean record. Is it just me, or do a lot of Cardi B's beats, like a lot of the beats that she raps on, sound like they were also supposed to go to G-Eazy? And it might just because of that one song that they did together.
I'm developing like a low-key appreciation for G-Eazy. Because like sometimes I'm like, oh, G-Eazy on this? Like, I listen to it, and his verse is just like hard. I'm just like, yo, what? But like, but it's like, I can't take a large amount of G-Eazy rather. But like, here and there with the verse, I'm like, yo, he could rap. And then like you listen to a project and you're just like, get off my speakers.
Yeah.
I don't know.
G-Eazy is like one of those dudes that like every now and then. He's an every now and then rapper. It's like you can't.
Maybe it's his like voice.
It's his voice, it's his name, it's the way he dresses, it's the fact that he's white, it's the fact that he does cocaine more than he smokes weed, and he's a rapper. It's a lot of things about him that are just not appealing. They just don't feel right. Like, G-Eazy's one of those rappers that, like...
It could have been in Carlito's way.
Exactly. Like, he could be in the cypher rapping, but, like... And he'll spit a bar, but it just don't feel right. Like, it doesn't feel like him. Like, it feels like... He feels a lot like Andrew Schultz. You know who that is?
Ball player?
No. Andrew Schultz is a comedian. He's this white guy. He's on a podcast with Charlamagne the God called The Brilliant Idiots.
Oh, yeah.
Andrew Schultz is a cool white dude. He's down with black people and everything. But sometimes when he makes jokes, it just don't.
Yeah, it's
just like...
You should have let someone else tell that joke.
Yeah. Like, someone wrote that. Like, you worked with someone in writing that joke, but, like, it coming out of your mouth is kind of cringy.
Interesting.
And it's not even, like, your fault. It's just you as a person, like...
And so that's not a... That's a feeling you get from G-Eazy?
That's the feeling I get from G-Eazy. Like, you might have a bar, but, like, when it comes out your mouth, and I see it come out your mouth, it's just like...
Nah!
Yeah. Not even, like, a hard nah. Just, like... maybe.
Alright, so what were you giving this record?
Be honest, blue.
Alright.
I'll go blue. Because, like I said, Cardi B records, if I can, it just feels...
Yeah, if you've heard one, you've heard them all.
It's low-key how I feel. If you've heard one Cardi B record, you kind of heard them all.
I could see that.
I mean, don't get me wrong. She's talented. And she has improved a lot since she came in the game. But she's still kind of...
I feel like they ruined press. Have you heard press? Cardi don't need more press.
They absolutely
so, like, the clip that she played on Instagram or Twitter, whatever it was like the hardest thing I'd ever heard in my life at that point. And then when the actual record came out, it's like they over-engineered it. And they also... I didn't realize that part was... I don't know. It was like a bridge. It wasn't even like the chorus or anything. It was just... It was weird how it ended up being in the song. They also changed the beat around it. And it's just... Maybe it was because it was super hard and grimy, and you had to hear it through like the lower quality recording of the phone, which kind of made it sound harder. Because when it came out and it was all polished up, it was just like, I mean, the video concept was pretty cool too, though. No, and not even because everyone was naked, just like the concept was dope.
The idea, she has dope videos. Like Cardi B actually does dope videos.
Oh, I don't even watch music videos, so.
I don't really watch them either, but every now and then I'll catch one. Like Cardi has dope videos.
Basically, when BET Uncut started coming on in the afternoon, is when I stopped watching the music videos.
Yeah, that kind of
like that's and if you understand what I'm saying, you understand what I'm saying.
No, I know exactly what you're saying. Yeah. I know exactly what you're saying.
I was more for the.
I remember Drop Down, Get Your Eagle on. That video came out, bro. Like that was like Cinemax. And it wasn't even like on no freaky. It was just like, yo, it's Nelly is butt, like it's just everything.
That was my man Chili's favorite artist in high school. Like just Nelly was everything to him. And when that song was like it almost reached Back That Ass Up levels. Like in its time, it was definitely on par with Back That Ass Up. It doesn't have like the longevity that Back That Ass Up has, but like. When it was popping, it was that joint. We out.
No, that and Hot in Here. If Hot in Here came on, it might it didn't hold up as well as Back That Ass Up, but it was equivalent. Like whenever everybody immediately started just like look at my abs, low key. Don't look at them, but look at them. I'm just trying to fan myself, but like, come over and look at this like one muscle flex.
Check me out, shawty.
Just catch the flex just once. Just catch a glimpse of the flex. That's all I need you to do is catch a glimpse of the flex. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, blue. I'm kind of bluish.
All right. I mean that works. Track 7, Big Splash with the homegirl Remy Ma.
Fresh out. It's like
throwback. Chill out.
Hello. Le quiero pedir un favor muy grande en nombre del país. ¿Por qué no hacemos algo para que se entreguen y le garanticen la vida y se puedan con su...
Of course, they got some frantic Hispanic woman for the Remy Ma record.
So like, but Remy Ma's not even Spanish.
She's not.
So you know what I didn't realize? I always thought that Remy Martin was like, Hennessy has always been promoted as a thing. So I thought that Remy Martin was like knockoff. Not knockoff, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, like
you know, like Nike and Reebok.
Yeah.
And then later on, I realized that like Louis the 13th is a Remy Martin product. So that's really where it's at. It's actually the other way around. Is that like Henny is the Reebok?
Yeah.
I don't drink enough to whatever, but you know, people talk about
you know how black people
top
get.
shelf.
You know how black people get. They put Jordan above everything, and then niggas realized that Jordan was still owned by Nike. Everybody was like, "Yo, Michael Jordan, the greatest black man ever." And it's like he's still like getting cut.
It's so funny that people just like, yeah, some such that's his company. Like it's not his company. It's a subsidiary of a whole other company.
They think just because he put that brand after Jordan, they're like, "Oh yeah, it's his own." Like
it's not.
He don't even.
Nike did that.
Yeah, he don't know.
He gets some nice royalty checks though.
Oh, he gets royalties.
You know what the percentage is for folks? Like, I'm trying to, whatever. So, Coach came into town and we were talking to Kyrie. I'm probably gonna bleep this out, but he was saying that his royalty is 4%. So any Nike product that has his name on it, sneakers, jerseys, whatever that they buy, he gets like his royalty check is 4%. And like you would think that that's not really that much. But you also gotta think that like
4% of national and international sales.
Anything that has a name on it, he has 4% royalty. Like so, T-shirts, shorts, Kyrie socks, shoes, whatever it is. Like Kyrie 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and apparently they're actually super dope hoop shoes. But yes,
Kyrie's, I got a pair. They are.
They're
the twos were very uncomfortable because I have a long foot and they real like
wide.
Not wide, but like they was tight.
Oh, I mean, I got narrow feet, so narrow shoes work for me.
It was, but I have narrow foot too. But it was still like tight. Mm-hmm. Like it was tight, like on my like the bottom of my foot, not like on the top. Like it felt like, like up top it was fine, like, but like on the bottom it felt like it would get like narrower towards the bottom of the shoe.
That's interesting.
But
yeah. So I don't know what everyone else gets, but I mean, like you can only imagine what LeBron's royalty is because he got the lifetime deal, bro.
LeBron is probably pushing like.
He got the lifetime deal.
He probably pushing in double digits royalties.
You think so?
He probably pushing like 15.
You think so?
I think Bron is around 15. Because you got to think about it.
He could walk away at any point.
He could walk away at any point.
Well, I mean, he can't now, but
he can't. But like
he could have.
He's.
And I guess the 15 would have been worth it.
Still the face of the league. Like he's going to be the face of the league 2 years after he retires.
I can see that. Probably, especially if he's a coach and like a winning coach.
See, and that's why people don't give LeBron his credit. Kobe retired and the league was okay because it had LeBron.
Vanished.
Yeah, Kobe retired and Kobe, it's Kobe. Like
yeah.
People don't even really talk about Kobe no more because Kobe just be chilling. Yeah. Granted, he just be chilling and he probably wanted that, but like to go from Kobe and to have your last game be a 60-point win, and it's just like. You were the greatest of all, and now everybody just be like, yeah, man, yeah, Kobe, you shouldn't move. He be chilling with his daughter.
I would say I, for one, never agreed with him being the GOAT.
No, he was never the GOAT to me. He was always the knockoff GOAT because he was Michael Jordan.
Because you can't be better than the person that you patterned yourself after.
Yeah, he was Michael Jordan 1.1.
What is it? I forget who it was, but basically, it said the argument could be made that he was never actually the best player in the league.
Yeah,
and then the one window that's even debatable was when it was just him and Tim Duncan. But then like you look at their careers, it's like you could easily make the case for Tim Duncan, which means that he was never actually the best player, which is crazy to think about. Like I started to dislike him probably his third year, but it was never like, oh, he sucks. But like I just don't really like his game, and I feel like sometimes he gets more credit than I feel like he should. But he's an extraordinarily talented player, without a doubt. But I just don't fuck with him.
I used to love Tim Duncan. I used to hate LeBron James because I just got tired of seeing him in the finals after a while. And then I had to recognize in my brain, you give greatness credit when credit is due, man. Like
8 straight.
8 straight. Yeah. Like that. That hasn't been done since like Bill Russell and them, right? Like.
Yeah.
He might not have been winning, but to get there 8 straight and it don't and like you switched teams. Like everybody talking about Kawhi, and no, Kawhi literally was in the luckiest situation of all time.
I mean,
literally,
is one basket away.
All the chips aligned at the right time for Kawhi.
He definitely carried them.
Oh no, he was the reason that the chips aligning was able to knock the dominoes over perfectly.
Anyone thinks Kyle Lowry's any good.
I don't know why anybody still thinks Kyle Lowry's good. Kyle Lowry has been 35 pounds overweight for the last 6 years.
Oh shit!
Like I don't know what it is about Kyle Lowry. Like he must do more in that like arena. Like he has to have like a part-time job in the arena. Like he's accountant or something that like. Because I don't know why there's been so many good guards that have come out of drafts, free agency, that Kyle Lowry sucks.
And
he be taking games off because he be stressed out.
He's like the Fabulous of point guards.
He's like the Chingy of point guards.
Not even
yes, because he thinks he's really out there doing something.
Chingy not doing that no more. Like Fab, like Kyle Lowry's still playing. He's still on
the court.
He's still a good guard. He's just not as great as some people think. It's
I watch
like Fab is like you can be like an A level or a B level, right? In the A level you kind of peak and then you sink back down. But you could stay B level for years and years.
I watched Kyle Lowry and Kevin Hart play a game of 1-on-1.
Oh, and he's the other one we blocked him.
He blocked him and then Kevin Hart scored on him. And they were being serious. He's on the court.
I mean, everybody's mortal.
That is right. But you not an NBA point guard being serious, and you let Kevin Hart score after you block his shot without jumping.
All right.
After you blocked his shot without jumping.
No big splash. So are we?
Kyle Lowry sucks.
Are we playing?
Kyle Lowry, you suck.
Are we playing?
Just go 10? Home. No. Wait. Yes. I'm sorry. I'm mad at Kyle Lowry.
Familia.
Yo estoy disponible para eso, yo soy el que tiene mejor voluntad en este caso. Estoy dispuesto a estar en una casa de intermedia.
I'ma give you real talk. Had to cut a couple bitches off.
Okay. Remy Ma about to come on the West Coast tip. All right.
Oh, okay. I can hear that.
This is that that first
boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
But
I'm gonna give you real talk. I had to cut a couple of them off. No.
That's real talk right there. That is definitely real talk. I don't know. I just don't care for how it started.
It was a little long.
It was a little long and a little underwhelming. Like the 808 hit.
I feel like if it had started after the girl, it probably would have hit a little harder.
No, facts. Because like she was speaking in Spanish and it sounded like she was making a play. Yeah. And if they would have dropped it out like right around the 10 mark. Yeah. Like my formula, because this is a club. Fat Joe's a club dude and a club album. You got to start that joint within 10 seconds.
Right.
If it's gonna be like some songs like that, it has to start within 10 seconds.
Right.
Because we trying to dance, we drunk, we trying to move, we trying to get around. You can't have me just waiting for the drop. The only song that was ever able to do that and goes off in the club was Meek Mill. Was it Dream
Intro?
Tonight? Yeah, Meek Mill's intro. That's the only song that's ever been able to do that. Only because of the way Meek Mill raps. He's already kind of screaming and his voice is a little bit high.
Already turned up.
He's already turned up. And the piano chord, like just the way the piano's going and the way that his voice is going, and the first thing he says, I used to pray for night, that just hits you somewhere in your drunk heart. Like that brings a tear out.
In your drunk heart.
Oh yeah. That brings a real tear out. Like that's like Phil Collins. I can see it coming in like that's exactly what that is, except for Black Club version, bro. Like that's the only song that's ever been able to do it good on the slow
Black
intro.
Millennials. That's the Phil Collins for Black Millennials. You're probably right, because no matter where you play
it don't matter.
As a people,
at least 6
start shaking their head.
At least 6 people.
And even if you don't know the first part, the part you do know. Hold on, wait a minute. Yo, I was finished.
And then somebody gets punched in the throat.
All right,
every time. It's never on purpose, but somebody gets hit in the throat.
One time, when Crunk's music was lit,
you punched somebody in the throat?
No, I definitely caught a bow to the eye, like right here.
Oh,
it's like it's just like you just feel it. It's like just force. Like what?
Crump.
When we in here in the pit, I can't even get mad. Everybody throwing bows. So
the beautiful thing about Crump is that ended like in the 2000s era. Because black people realized like that was our version of mosh pit, and the only way that was ending was somebody was fighting or somebody was getting shot.
Yo, when Nuck If You Buck came on,
Nuck If You
everybody thought they were hard.
Nuck If You Buck was the national fight song.
Like, yeah, you're right.
You couldn't play Knuck If You Buck and not throw a punch at some point.
Or you gotta run into somebody.
No,
oh my god, they used to get so mad. Me and my man Jones, when shit like that would come on, like we would be jumping around and he'd be pushing people, and like, you know how like all the girls are always facing away from the circle, it's falling all, and they're like, get off, you know, we didn't care.
Yeah. Look, if I was ever in a party, I'm so glad that I was too young to be in parties when I was like out. Because if I was ever in a party when I was out, I'm leaving. The second I hear,
you're not leaving.
I'm leaving.
No, you're not.
No, I'm leaving.
No way.
You don't know me. I'm out.
I know you.
I might come back, but I'm leaving for the song.
All right.
I'm gonna go stand outside. I'm gonna catch my breath, get some water.
So you leave after Knuck If You Buck. You don't leave during Knuck If You Buck.
No, I'm leaving during Knuck If You Buck, and I'm coming back after it's done.
No.
Look, like I said, I was young.
I understand.
So I might not
to
understand the impact the way you understand the impact.
Bro, it's like a visceral reaction.
But
you don't even like
logically.
No, you're not. There's no logic to navigate yourself outside. When Knuck If You Buck comes on and people start hopping and you catch a shoulder to the chest, you in the pit.
See,
because if you catch a shoulder to the chest and you leave, then like you can't come back.
No. Here's the thing though. I understand because I'm from this area. So I came up going to go-go parties. And when they start chopping and they don't, like, I've gotten caught. I've gotten jumped on. I've gotten pushed. I've gotten all of that. So I know. And I'm talking about instruments. Not just, like, a hard beat. Like, I'm talking dudes up there shirtless, banging on the drums, playing on the congos. Like, so there's real energy in there.
Okay.
Go-go is basically, like, rhythmic mosh pitting, too. Except the goal isn't to hit somebody. Like mosh pitting, the goal is to just flail your arms in energy, and somebody gets hit. Yeah. Go is actually an attempt at a dance.
Okay.
Like it's an attempt.
I mean, I'm not versed enough.
Yeah.
Like
Go dancing to me, like chopping, beating your feet.
Partially from here.
Yeah, like you beat your feet, you beating your feet. Everybody starts clapping their hands around you because it's like it's spiritual. Like it's on some back in the day slave spiritual shit. Like youngins is going crazy, especially when they start.
It's probably not even no slave spiritual. It's probably more like some indigenous spiritual ritual.
Nah, facts. Like I said, 2016 is youngins up here in phone posits playing the congos. Like that's traditions. Like that's not no like homeboy ain't just have some congos in the crib one day and then they made a band. Like this is rooted. Like this shit goes back.
Okay.
So I know what it's like to be in the energy when you hear like hear that in the go-go. You run into the crowd because you're either about to get danced on or everybody's about to just jump in unison. And when we jump in unison, we're going to start with this thing called the chop train. Chop train is when we get in a line and we are jumping in unison around the party. It is beautiful because I've never seen so many people, both athletic and unathletic, have the same vertical at the same time with the same precision. Music really does something to people. Yeah. Like, I'm looking at fat dudes jumping with dudes that have offers from Penn State. And they are at the same height. They're keeping the same consistency. They got the same cardio. Bro, like, go do something to you.
No cardio is involved. You just off the legs and the energy. Ain't no cardio involved.
Oh, yeah. But I'm saying if you watching up like from a distance and you just see the jumping, you like...
I'm hip.
Damn.
I'm hip.
It's beautiful. But back to my original point. Having been into that and having heard Knuck If You Buck, having seen the music video that they released for that song... My logic, maybe I wouldn't have left the building, but I would for sure have left the crowd.
All right, let me put it this way. Say this mouse pad is like what
crowd of people
might turn into the mosh pit. No, because the crowd is everywhere, but there's like the pit.
I will be right here.
Okay, cool. So let's say that's a solid 5 feet.
Yeah.
You're inside that 5 foot radius. You're not leaving. You're going right to the center. Now, if you're at the periphery, cool. I'll give you that. But if you're like inside this area, no dice. If you're less than 3 people away from the pit, you're not leaving.
Oh, no.
You're not leaving. There's no way.
I'm gonna be a solid
because your mans will pull you in there. And you're not gonna get away. Because then once your mans has a hold of you and you try to get away,
me and him are fighting.
Then a stranger's gonna say, "Oh yeah, you get in the mix. Bring your ass in here."
Me and him are fighting. Don't grab
me. You fight after.
No, we fight now.
I mean, okay.
I'm gonna ruin the song.
Then the whole club gonna get shut down.
Yeah, hey,
blame it on Reed.
It be like that sometimes.
Did we give it? What we doing this one?
Big Splash. I ain't necessarily care for it.
All right.
It's not bad, but it's not like, yeah. I got no problem.
All right. White chip then.
White chip all the way. Here we go. Track 8.
Lord Above.
Fat Joe, Dre, Eminem, and Mary J. Blige.
So before we press play, I would just like to take a moment, offer a moment of silence for the old Eminem that could actually rap.
I thought you were about to say like Mary J. Blige died or something. I was about to flip this table.
Nah, because sober Eminem, he's like tries to be too technical. I feel like
anybody knows that sober Eminem seems a little bit more erratic than like fucked up Eminem.
Yeah, because I guess the drugs might have been his soul or whatever. Because now it's like he's trying to be too technical and like engineer his verses, whereas
He's
before, like the difference between we talk about like how Jimi Hendrix used to play solos, where he was like feeling the music. Like the joint I just played you, I'm Back off the Marshall Mathers LP. Like he was back then, he was still rapping, he was still flowing, and then as he got more and more sober, it was like mad technical, and like he was writing his verses in graph paper, and like oh well, there's 2 empty boxes here, so I have to stop and then come back and chop in the like yo,
Yeah,
this is trash.
Yeah, he's sitting like in dark rooms with spotlights, complaining about 2011 to Sway.
I didn't see that.
I fucked with our future, but like you gonna say F me? So
Or
it's just like,
or like on Rap God when he had that verse, he was like shibba just rapping mad fast. It's like that same graph paper, but there's like a word in each box, and it's just the whole page is full, and there's no space. It's like yo, that's garbage.
yeah,
Garbage.
You're not even like, it's not even you reciting it for raps. You reciting it like
Yeah, I don't know.
just.
Anyways, having said that, we're probably not even gonna hear him on these first 10 seconds. Lord Above, track 8. It's gonna kill me now.
Yeah.
This is gonna kill me. I can't think of the other song that I've heard that sample on. So part of me feels like you don't have to be original no more, man. Go get some old samples that everybody else is using, just throw some like a halfway unique bass. Call John to play bass and throw some thick drums on it and just drop the joints and call it even.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That for sure sounds about right.
The sample's fire. Like it makes me want to smile. Not as much as the Hands on You joint, but it still makes me want to smile. Now where they go with it is like
Yeah, this one I'm intrigued for the next 10. The next 10 for sure.
We cop new timepieces when these fools deny Jesus. Hate is a sin, dog. Be real. I got my hand on the pump. You on Twitter in your field.
I'm not even gonna lie. When it first started, I was getting Pusha T vibes.
ooh.
The way he came in, I was like, okay, what's what you talking about?
Push, we need a verse. Push, I'm about to camp out in Bethesda. Wait till I see you, bro.
Need several verses.
I'm about to give you a whole hard drive full of beats.
I just look, brother. Just let me like clean your drawers or something. I don't even need
Bro.
to make music. Just let me be in the era. Just let me be in the area when you making stuff.
But clean the drawers, bro. Like you could toothbrush your sneakers or something. You don't. I mean,
I'm just saying.
you got.
like,
I need
whatever
more
you-
self-esteem.
What I'm saying is what you need done.
What if
not-
he asks you something untoward?
Untoward.
Yeah, I'm gonna let that marinate. I'm not even gonna. Yep.
No, I'm sitting there thinking like, what would
Listen, you
what
offered to
could
wash
be
his drawers, bro.
untoward of Pusha T.
I mean, I don't know. All I know is it's crazy
'Cause
to
I
me
know
that he
he's
lives in
married.
Bethesda. Did you see the when I tagged you in that joint in that house?
Oh, yeah.
So I look at that realtor and then I was like, what house is this? And it says, then I saw that you had liked it, and yeah, it's just Bradley Boulevard, which is like, I don't. Have you been to Bethesda?
I've been around Bethesda.
No. So you know Wisconsin Avenue goes straight down.
Yeah.
So like when you're going from Friendship Heights to Wisconsin Avenue, Bradley Boulevard is that last light that you cross over before you're like in Bethesda. Like before when you go to Chevy Chase Bethesda. And like my man, I had actually, I think a couple friends lived up there, but definitely one who had honestly this kid that I don't think anyone really liked, but he always had shit. Like he had a full box jump in his driveway, and by a box jump I mean like a BMX bike with like probably a 5-foot quarter pipe, flat top, and then the landing side, like just in his driveway. I never jumped on the joint because I just yeah, it was crazy.
Playing
But
that game.
that was
I'll watch you do it, but
yeah. So that was you're young, you used to be around stuff, and you don't really understand what it is or what it signifies, what the value is. Mm-hmm. But Bam was living on Bradley Boulevard, so like they was flush at the very least. Because that whole area was always flush. But like, you saw that house.
Yeah.
Bananas.
I feel that. That's kind of like not to the same extent, but like I used to have a cousin. Well, they still live there. That lives in these nice houses at the back of this neighborhood across the street from Walkins Park. A lot of y'all probably don't know about Walkins Park. You probably don't know about Walkins Park because it's in Maryland. So, and it's by my house, which is like off to the side. Yeah, a little bit. But like you go in the neighborhood and you go in the back, and it's like these estates, big ass houses. When I was little, like I always knew it was a big ass house, but I was like I never really drew in that it was like a big ass house. You didn't know what it meant. Yeah, I didn't know what it meant. That I was like, oh, they just got a big ass house. Right. And then I got older. And I understood like what they did for a living, and I was like, "Oh, okay, he's been military for like 30 plus years," and it's like, "Yeah, he's got benefits like a motherfucker." She's like high up government clearance accountant, like high up. Yeah. So it was like, "Oh, y'all got like." It's not so much that y'all are doing something where you just getting paid buku bread. Well, she's getting paid buku bread, but it's like, it's just. The level of clearance, that's when I started to realize that like benefits and stuff really mattered too. Like, yeah, it's good to have a lot of money, but when you just got like pull, like that's
the pull's not even benefits, it's the relationships. And it's like, again, going back to the conversation we were having when Michaela was in here before we started the podcast, like the cultivating the teamwork and you know, as a leader, humbling yourself to earn the respect of the folks that you're in charge of. That's when you get those relationships where somebody goes somewhere, and then like when Riz looked out and guys new place to buy a bunch of wristbands, I was like, word. So you know, I had to look out in return. But like that's based off relationships. That's one of the dope things about being here. I probably don't look out. I don't keep in touch with people as much as I should, because there's probably a lot more opportunities for that than I even realized, or not even like for my personal game, but just for everybody to level up together. Because you know who's coming through here, who really is about whatever, who's about it, and so that means wherever they go, they're going to be about it, and like those are the kind of people that you want to keep in your circle and keep relationships with, because maybe there's something I could do to put them on, and vice versa, and it's just. Like I said, you're the average of the 5 people you spend time with, or what, however, whatever, birds of a feather flock together, yada, yada, yada. So you just got to, like, cultivate that circle, and that comes from developing those relationships. Whereas, like, I have no problem doing that with people who get to it. I got to learn how to do it with folks that I got to help get to it, or that I got to guide to it. And that part, it's difficult.
I find me some more, late night working. I don't want to say late night working friends, but like friends that just be on their shit all the time. Cause
they say success is a lonely road.
It is, and I feel like I'm good at matching energies. But back to oh yeah, when we just played 20.
Yeah, we gave the 20. I like the sample. I wish I could remember what it came from. Remember, like, what other record I've heard it on. Not in love with it. Yeah. You gonna make it?
Huh?
You gonna make it?
Am I gonna make it? It's 3 more songs. I'll be alright. I'm gonna die. If I died, that would be crazy. It might go viral. But then that would suck, because there ain't enough content for you to, like, really be popping off of it.
Yeah, that's true too. But if you die, bro. Wait a minute. I don't know if that would be my thought process if that would happen. It's like, damn it, he died and I can't make any money. I don't know. That's not really the way my mind works. But I appreciate you, thinking about me.
All I'm saying, it's not about your thought process. It's about my thought process. See, I'm dying, and my first thought is getting you some paper. That's just how I am.
I appreciate it.
All right, you feel me?
These are the kind of friends you need.
I'm dying. I'm trying to make my carcass make you some bread.
You know how else we can make some bread though?
What? I just scratched my belly.
By posting clips.
I I knew it was coming.
I was waiting for you to just fill it in.
And I was like,
all right, I really don't.
Let's say it.
Did we put this on here? I really don't care about this record.
Yeah, white or blue works for me.
All right, we give it a skip. All right, track 9, Drive. Have you ever seen Drive with Ryan Gosling?
I'm not really a big movie person.
It's the movie where he stomped the dude out in the elevator and crushed his skull.
Nah, but I want to see it now.
It's dope. You like it.
I love gore.
You hear it, and they show the shock on. Just watch it.
That's all I need to do is hear it and see a shot.
All right, Drive with Ty Dolla $ign and Jeremiah.
Okay.
Why? How come Ty Dolla $ign always sounds dope on features? Mm-hmm. I never like his projects.
Same thing. That's how I feel about Vince Staples too.
I felt that way about Lloyd Banks for a long time too.
I think it's because it's artists like. I don't know. I think artists like that, it's like they're talented at what they do,
but they don't.
But they're not necessarily 100%. Like, it's different for Ty Dolla $ign because he plays an instrument and he actually like does music. But like when I think of Vince Staples, I don't think of him as an actual like music artist. He's an artist in the fact that he is art, but like he's not a musical artist per se. I don't think like. So when it comes to him being like having to come up with a concept for a song, like he can come up with some cool, dope, artistic shit, but when it comes to it, like connecting musically, it's kind of off because like that hasn't been his thing his entire life. Like prime example, like I'm Tyler to the death of me. But like when Tyler created, when he makes a song or something, like if he has an idea for something, he can like transfer that idea musically. So then it's like, yo, this song is about this or it's about this. Then you listen to it and it's like, okay, I see how you came to that. I see the choice of chords, choice of instruments, stuff like that. And Staples, he'll tell you, he's like, yo, my favorite type of music is like EDM. I'm a rapper, but like I listen to EDM, so like it just don't always connect. But like if somebody asks him for a feature and it's like, yo, just spit these bars, we already got the beat, this is what the song is about.
Just he can go in there and cook it.
Yeah, he can go in there and if you give him a topic, he can go in there and give you what you need. But like when it's him sitting by himself, it's just like it doesn't always connect. Fab, I kind of feel the same way. I feel like Fab is an artist, but he's not a musical artist. Like he can give you bars because he's talented and he's smart. But when it comes to like the concept, like he's an artist.
He got that longevity though.
Exactly, he got the longevity.
He doesn't tour.
He does. No, I know.
I was like, how does he keep making? I don't understand. He keeps making so much money because he doesn't tour. So it's like so many artists they tour so that they can make money. Fab, I mean, granted he got whatever start he got, but like he got hella bread and doesn't tour. Like, can you imagine how much he would clean up if he actually toured? And it wouldn't even have to be a crazy tour because
he could just be like some humble, just
it could be like 5 cities every summer, and he would just
5 cities like Fillmore size type stuff.
It could be bigger than that. I feel like he could probably fill a bigger, especially his first time out. He could definitely fill a bigger spot than that. Yeah. He could probably do like some Ryan Leslie ish, where it's like just set ticket prices and give a city or like a general vicinity and just sell tickets and then pick the venue after. That'd be crazy because then you could fit it to whatever the tickets are.
He probably could do that because Fab.
I wonder if anyone does that.
Fab has a
extensive catalog
for his age. Not even gonna say catalog. I was gonna say for his age, his fan base is pretty spread out. Like I know people that are like diehard Fab fans at like my age, and of course I know people that are diehard Fab fans that are like in their 30s, like 40s and stuff.
Do you remember "Do the Damn Thing"?
No.
It's, do the damn thing. Nope. So when that album, I can't remember. It might have been Street Dreams. I don't remember. But when that album came out, it was "Do the Damn Thing." There was no feature artist listed, and the joint comes on. Tell you can guess who this is. My phone is tapped, and so is my living room. What? We can't hide the money here. We need a bigger room. Damn. And I want to say it was track 6. It was Jeezy. So when they re-released it, they put him on there. But when that album first dropped, his name wasn't on there. And so I heard, I was like, yo, who is it? Yo, I ran that verse back so many times because, when Jeezy first came out, even now, he rapped with so much with so much space. And it was just a totally novel experience listening to the music that way. And like the way he has his ad-libs were like a whole other person back there. And it was just incredible. And then later on I realized that they're both basically Crips and affiliated with BMF, which is probably how he got put on in the first place. Which is why Fab was on there with the blue Rari and the blue fur coat on the cover. It's crazy, right? Alright. So Drive.
Say BMF, but everything is possible.
Ty Dolla $ign Jeremiah.
But yes. Yeah.
Ooh yeah. Dollar sign. Hit back. Late night, I put you in the
Hitmaker. Okay. So they had some Young Berg help on this track.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, everybody forgot Young Berg makes beats and goes by Hitmaker.
He changed his name and now he's making stuff. It's hilarious.
Like making hits though. Like that's the crazy thing. But this sounds very Ty Dolla $ign-ish. Very singy.
Yeah.
Like modern R&B. Sounds like Summer Walker might be on a remix. Or could be on a remix. Like, he just has that vibe just off those 10 seconds. I don't know. Once again, it feels like one of those tracks where I kind of know how it's gonna go. Like, I don't know exactly how it sounds, but I get how it's gonna go.
Another 10 or no?
I'm gonna do another 10.
Alright.
I don't see no lies behind me.
Esta acá es basura. Sí.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that drum pattern necessarily, but sounds. To be honest, Ty Dolla $ign's part, I feel like they should have got Party Next Door. You feel like you like it's they kind of have the same tone of voice, but Parties is a little bit like.
Yeah, I'm hip. It
more.
It got more of whatever it is. Just more of it. I know what you mean.
Yeah, like it has more sex appeal. Because Ty Dolla $ign, even though he's quote unquote a sex symbol and he got his guitar and his green eyes, like he's one of those dudes that like. When I think of him, I just think of him like sitting on the beach somewhere playing his guitar, singing, and like there's a circle around him, like bonfire.
Speaking of party though, have you heard like Don't Know How?
Yeah.
Yo, Don't Know How is probably top 5 party records. Like just go back and listen to it.
I don't know, argue it. I wouldn't argue it.
I was gonna throw some salt in the old wound, but I let it go.
But.
Yeah, I don't care about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm either blue or.
You can give it away.
Cause it's not that it sounds bad.
Yeah.
It's but
Stupid.
Yeah, I'm going blue for this one.
Alright.
It's just one of those generic R&B. I'm gonna hear you on the radio in a few days. Track 10, pulling. Fat Joe, Dre, and Lil Wayne. Easy F Baby.
Yeah.
Pulling out garages, bras, and credit cards. Dodging all charges, clout chasers, and frauds. We are not the same. I am a Martian, Marvin. Bitches like, hey, let's get it on.
We are not the same. I am a Martian. Yo, Carter 3 was forever, in my opinion, Wayne's best album to date.
Carter 3?
In my opinion. Yeah, I remember that came out, 2000?
You're probably right.
2008.
It's hard. I have to go back and listen to them, and again, we can do those too. But like, the Carter was such a departure from what was going on at the time, especially because that was after he did his like 19 Squad Up mixtapes. So he was just all freestyle at that point. And to me, the Carter, maybe the Carter 2, but definitely the Carter was the last album he did that sounded like New Orleans.
I get it.
Which is like. It's just different,
Yeah,
but
New Orleans just has a different feel. I've never been, but like,
yeah, it's interesting.
It's like when people talk about New Orleans, like even when I listen to music from New Orleans, it's just a different feel.
Yeah,
I gotta get down there at some point.
I had a fabulous Halloween trip one year. I think it was 2010. It's a good deal.
But yeah, I haven't. I don't see how I'm gonna hear Wayne on this beat so far. Like,
really?
To be honest, how this is going so far. Now, of course, it's only 9 seconds in, but I just don't see any
All right, so
pocket.
are we giving it another?
I want to give it another 10 to see if it switches. To be honest.
Okay.
So yeah.
Joe Crack been slipping the feds since the 80s. Moving that white boy. Yeah, that's Slim Shady.
Once again, I still don't know how I'm gonna see Wayne on this pot. Like catch up. I'm not saying he can't.
No. I know. As part because this is like one of those things where I know the record already, and like I know how it comes in, and I know how Wayne sounds, and I understand why you'd be confused. I also feel like we also know Wayne can rap on damn near anything.
Yeah.
But like, to me, the way they go from I forget what they had in the beginning, and then they come in with the actual sample, and then they come back with the bounce is just like
crazy,
bro. I'm not sure anyone else could have rapped on it except Wayne. But like, it's not quite mixtape Wayne, but you know.
Maybe it's because I have a set idea of like tempo for Wayne, or at least I don't have a set idea for tempo for Wayne because I've heard Wayne on just about anything. I've heard Wayne on slow, I've heard Wayne on fast, I've heard Wayne on R&B, I've heard Wayne on rock. Like right. I've heard him on just about everything. So
remember when he was learning how to play guitar and he was like, yeah, I'm about to have this solo, and then the song he just playing 2 notes. And he was like dee 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 dee. Yo, like fam, it's
Andre 3000 did that. He was doing that too, like early on. Like it was one song where it was like when Andre was getting all experimental, trying instruments, trying to teach himself stuff. It was like one where he was like playing the bass, where literally it was just like dum dum.
I mean, sometimes all you need. That Wayne, he's just killing those 2 notes for like a minute and a half, just dee 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 dee.
That sounds just about
like
right.
Wayne.
I am not a human being.
Put the lean down and.
Oh yeah, I am not a human being, man. That was skateboard and Wayne.
All right, so what we giving it?
Blue or white again, to be honest. Like
you didn't. I mean, you look kind of like taken aback when you heard the way they mixed that Marvin in there.
Because I was like, I want to hear how it switches, and then it just switched, and I was like, oh, okay. And it was Marvin, and it switched right back, and then Fat Joe started talking about something, and it was just like, what are you talking about, Fat Joe? But I gotta run it back. I'm sorry. Because I kind of forgot.
Garages, bras, or credit cards, dodging all charges, clout chasers, and frauds. We are not the same. I am a Martian, Marvin. Bitches like, hey, let's get it on. Joe Crack been slipping the feds since the 80s.
Maybe I would have liked it more if they would have kept it like on tempo.
Moving that white boy, yeah, that's Slim Shady.
You know what I mean? Like either slow down the initial beat to match the tempo of the sample, or speed up the tempo of the sample to match.
That's interesting. They are matched. They're just one is half of the other, or rather the. So it's hard to. So you know when you watch producers in the studio when they're making trap music, the metronome is on double time. Mm-hmm. That's the same thing that's going on here. So they are you have to wait for the beat to actually drop, but it is matched. It's just that the regular beat, like the xylophones, are being played at like a double tempo, so it sounds off, but it's not really. That's why I keep starting it.
Pushing that D like Terry Flannery. Uncle Drew with the rock, they couldn't handle me. You niggas lying, Dapper Dan, not the Gucci store. I was at home drinking Dap.
That's faster.
It matches the what you call. Maybe they sped up the Marvin sample, but I don't know. So you say you're still blue on it? I mean, I feel you, sort of.
I'm still kind of. Yeah. And here we are.
All right.
Track 11.
All right.
Oh, you just put it on early.
Deep. No, that was it for track 10. We never put the other one on.
Track 11, final track, Deep. Fat Joe and Dre ended it out. Just them. Let's see what they did.
You sound so excited.
I don't. Alright, that's getting me excited. That was getting me really excited.
I took this bitch to the Mafia coast, back to Mexico, packed the bags like vámonos. Used to play the jacks, used to serve some drinks.
Yo, is he even Mexican?
He's Dominican, I think.
So how you gonna say you took a chick from the Amalfi Coast back to Mexico? Like, fam, you're not even. Anyways.
Fat Joe.
So
that actually, I like that a lot.
Interesting.
I really like that a lot.
Yeah, that makes sense because you tend to like the not obviously hard stuff, if that makes sense. Whereas like a lot of these beats, like you said from jump, they are formatted quite similarly. Yeah. Where they just come in with that real thick 808 and it just hangs for a long time and it's hard.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, it's hard, but it's like it's hard obvious. Because y'all have done this exact thing before multiple times, so you just know that it's gonna be hard. I like the stuff where it's like, I like how that feel. Let's see what we can do with that. Like that's what I like, because that to me that feels still like music, even though you're not using real instruments for the most part. Like when it's just copy and paste, it don't feel like music. It feels like copy and paste.
I feel you.
You know, but yeah, and all them like just 80s R&B sound effects, like the cowbell, the doo-doo, like oh yeah,
That's funny.
And then that mean bass.
Whoa, almost fell over. All right, so what you going green on it?
I'm going green on it. How you feeling? Green is Gucci.
Yeah, I mean for the most part I've heard it, so I'm somewhat reserving a judgment unless I feel like you're totally off, but. You weren't really. Like I get everything that you said, and I don't vehemently disagree with anything. But again,
he started off with a green, finished off with a green. I can respect it.
I mean, but as I always say, you take those two whites out, you're left with 8.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess 9 technically.
I mean, yeah. I feel like this wasn't a very long album
because I can't add. But yeah, the 8-9 pocket. The 8-9 pocket.
8-9 pocket is perfect. That way, shoot, you do 8. You could do the first half and the second half. You do 9. You could do 3 parts. You feel me? You got options.
Give me ideas.
Or you can do 4 interlude and then 4 more.
All right. So this is okay. Remember, from the bottom to the top. So I guess I could flip it over. So it was green, blue, blue, green, green, blue, white, white, blue, blue, green. Definitely had stronger albums. Production's solid, but to Reek's point, it did get predictable, redundant maybe. Some would say consistent. So if you like the sound, it'll definitely knock all the way through.
In terms of art, sometimes consistency can be a bad thing.
Touche.
Sometimes, not every time.
But like we always say, and again, this might just be confirmation bias, unsure. But that 8 is the pocket, for real. You know, people, it's going to be short and sweet. So if they like it, they'll keep running it back. If they really like it, they're going to learn the words and they'll learn them faster because they're going to keep running it back. Mm-hmm. And
if they super like it, then Instagram quotes.
Right, and if you have any type of prolific in you as far as productivity goes, you can put out an 8-track joint often. And then even if you only come off with 2 bangers on each one, you know, you drop 4 of those a year, you got a best of 2020 going, and that's a whole project unto itself because you got the best ones from the previous 4. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't write 8 songs in a quarter, you trash. Yeah, that's how I feel.
No, that's an honest judgment right there.
But yeah, I mean, Dre's still a beast on the boards.
Dre's still a beast. Fat Joe will always be Fat Joe. We didn't really get to hear any of the other features except Ty Dolla $ign and Jeremiah, I think, because anytime there's a singing feature, it's usually for the hook, so they come in mad early.
Wow, that Lord above got. Oh, because that's because of the Dang, they probably made. That's hilarious.
Marshall, man.
Because they got that pull, so they're like, you got to give me points. That's interesting. We're talking about is basically all the tracks have their that have feature artists have the feature artists listed on Lord Above, which has Eminem and Mary J. Blige. There are 6 composers, as well as 6 lyricists, and what we're talking about is royalties. So if you're listed as a composer and a lyricist, you also get more points for the royalties and the spins. So everybody's getting paid, and because Marshall and Mary got a lot of pull, they can pull that off. I think Andre Lyon probably writes for Mary J. anyway.
I was gonna say, I love how Mary J's real name is Mary J. Blige.
Yeah.
That's so dope. I love when artists just keep their name.
Like Obi Trice, real name, no gimmicks.
That's crazy.
Which yeah, is like Obi Trice. Like, are you the third Obi?
Yeah. Obi Deuce. I wonder what Obi Deuce.
His dad's name is Obi Twice.
Obi Twice. Obi Trice.
Well, all right, y'all. I definitely think though the Family Ties is worth a look. You will, if you like bangers, you're definitely gonna find a couple records on here that you love. It may be different ones that we like.
If you like New York rap
over trap,
I want to say like, because this
Miami trap,
Miami, New York. That's the vibe. Cause
Miami, York.
That's New Miami. There we go.
There we go.
New Miami. It's cold, hot. There's buildings. There's shootings. There's babes. There's mangoes.
You know, the first time I listened through this, it felt like their version of Everything Is Love.
That's funny.
You get what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying, but that's funny.
Yeah. Especially like when you listen to like the full records, it definitely comes off as like their version of Everything Is Love. And I think part of that is because Dre was involved in the sonics of Everything Is Love. It has like a lot of the same feel because he does records, especially Salute, which I'll play for you when we get outside. Yeah.
All right, we've been talking long enough.
All right, so yeah, it's an extra long episode.
Right.
We'll see how much y'all actually listen to.
Yeah, we've been talking.
But you know what we're gonna have though. You know what we're gonna have
a long ass episode.
Clips. Clips.
Look,
you're gonna have clips. Go ahead and cut the mic off. Clips.
If you can afford clips in the budget, Reef is popping.
Afford clips in the budget, bro.
Yeah, especially because No Malice ain't rapping no more.
We out.